and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Thursday, January 30th. We begin in the nation's capital, where recovery efforts are taking place on the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. 28 bodies recovered after a mid-air collision between an American Airlines regional jet and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. The plane was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members, the helicopter carrying 3 soldiers. Authorities believe there are no survivors. That crash had an impact on air travel on airports all around the country, including Indianapolis International Airport. News 8's Colin Bailey reports.
8 flights connecting Indianapolis International and Reagan National in Washington have been affected by this crash. Taking a closer look at those numbers, according to FlightAware, 4 flights originating Indy have been taking off the board, as well as 4 flights from Reagan to Indy. As you just heard not too long ago, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser updated reporters at the airport. She says she will continue to update everyone with new information as it comes in. We'll also have updates for you throughout the morning here on Wish TV and WishTV.com as well. But for now, in the newsroom, I'm Colin Bailey for Wish TV, WishTV.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
In other news, Governor Mike Braun gave his first statewide speech in office. In it, he called on state lawmakers to work on property taxes, healthcare costs, and much more. News 8's Garrett Bergquist reports.
So this was Braun's first chance to fully flesh out his agenda in front of a joint session of the Indiana General Assembly. He praised lawmakers for their work so far, but says he wants more done sooner. Braun urged lawmakers to follow his lead on reworking state government.
And my vision is a streamlined, accountable, responsible government that keeps more money in your pocket and empowers the private sector to innovate and grow.
State lawmakers already have several bills dealing with healthcare cost transparency and new rules for nonprofit hospitals. Braun told them to get those bills to his desk as soon as possible. And he again urged them to cut and cap property taxes, especially for seniors and new homeowners.
It'll have an impact on local governments, and I realize that. But taxpayers are struggling, and we have to put their needs first. Just like the example I set with my budget proposal, all governments need to do more with a little less.
Braun spoke a day after he ordered state law enforcement agencies to assist federal immigration authorities whenever possible. He told lawmakers Indiana will do its part to secure the southern border.
And as the Trump administration begins to return illegal aliens with criminal records to their home countries, we will assist. A state should always put the safety of its own citizens first. I think we can all agree on that.
Republican legislative leaders say they're glad Braun is taking the lead on the healthcare cost issue.
We've got probably north of a dozen bills we're working on, all trying to put some downward pressure on our health care costs, and that's has been of primary importance for us for a couple of years, and certainly is this year.
But Democrats call Braun's property tax plan a farce. They say it will only shift the burden to local governments. And they say if Braun is serious about making health care more affordable, he shouldn't cut Medicaid.
Transparency is a good first step, and one that the legislature already has taken 2 years to look at. But it doesn't build hospitals. And most of our communities are seeing their hospitals close. It doesn't reduce wait times, and it doesn't make life-saving medications any cheaper.
Senate Republicans have given Braun's tax plan first priority. I asked Bray how soon we might see hearings on that bill. He says he thinks Republicans will be ready to present a plan sometime in about the next 2 weeks. At the State House, I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, WishTV.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Police in Pendleton have yet to release the name of the man killed in a police shooting. State police say it happened late yesterday afternoon in the southbound lanes of I-69 near the State Road 38 interchange. Investigators say a man was walking on the interstate, pulled a knife from his jacket when he was questioned by officers, refused commands to drop the knife, and instead advanced toward the officers aggressively. State police say a Madison County deputy deployed a taser, but that did not stop the man. That's when a Pendleton police officer shot him. The man later died at a hospital. The officer who fired the shot is now on administrative leave, which is standard procedure. Let's talk sports. A pair of 30-plus point performances helped the Pacers win a physical game against the Pistons. Pascal Siakam scored the most points he has ever posted in a Pacers uniform, with 37, including a three that put the game on ice late in the fourth quarter. Tyrese Haliburton also added 30 points as the Pacers took the win 133-119. The Pacers are hot. They have the best record of any NBA team in January, going 10-2 this month. And All-Star Kelsey Mitchell is staying with the Indiana Fever. The guard has re-signed for her 8th season with the Fever yesterday. Mitchell put up the best number of her career last season, averaging 19 points a game. She ranks second all-time for the Fever in points, three-pointers, and career minutes. When it comes to weather conditions, things are feeling good outdoors, but pack those umbrellas. Storm Track 8 says they are tracking some rain chances. Meteorologist Tara Hastings has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
So I think we're going to be above normal as far as temperatures go. I mean, we're talking about pretty mild conditions, I think, to end out the month, but we have some rain chances arriving later today. First part of the day going to be dry. In fact, we're dry right now. Live look here in Speedway, 32 degrees, but we've got the cloud cover around, and that cloud cover is going to thicken up all day long here. East-southeast winds, not bad, 3 miles an hour. Feels like temp coming in at 29. We're at 28 officially in Richmond, 32 here in Indy, 36 in Evansville, and about 30 degrees right now in Lafayette and Kokomo. Now, later today, we're going to be tracking some rain. We're fine right now, dry, and I think we'll be dry for the next several hours. It's after the lunch hour that we'll begin to see this rain shield move farther northward and enter the picture here right around 2, 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And some of the rain could be moderate to heavy at times, especially in southern sections of Indiana. So we do have this excessive rainfall outlook here across parts of southern Indiana and then also parts of Kentucky as well. So more intense rainfall, I think, for the southern part of the state. Now, I do think here in Indianapolis, we're still going to get our fair share. We'll get up into the lower 40s by 11 o'clock today. Upper 40s later this afternoon, and right around 2, 3 o'clock, I think that rain will begin here in central Indiana. But temperatures, despite the cloud cover and the rain chances, 48 in Indy and lower 50s across parts of southern Indiana. We'll talk much more about the rainfall, how much we could see when it ends, and also have your weekend forecast as well coming up in a few minutes.
To get a peek at Tara's full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com. And don't forget, weather conditions will change throughout the day. So to make sure you have the most up-to-date forecast, download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And for a more detailed look at conditions, you can check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Thursday, January 30th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.